Hey, what's up guys, it's Vertical Hoops here, and in this episode of NBA 2K15, I'm continuing the MyGM series with the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, instead of simulating a game right from the beginning, in this episode I went over to staff and to our owner, and I'm suggesting a game day promotion, since last year our team really wasn't that great, and this year we're not really doing all that bad, so maybe if we do something like this, it'll get more fans to come to our games, and then maybe they'll realize that we're not all that bad, and then they'll buy more tickets to come to more games, and then we'll make more profit. You know, that's just an idea I have, so I did that. And then after I did the game day promotion, I went over to player training, and I went to Michael Carter-Williams because if you haven't noticed, in the last few games, Michael Carter-Williams has been doing so bad from the three-point line. So for tactical, I did shot IQ, and then for fundamental, I did three-point shooting, just so that he would maybe, hopefully, understand that his shots are really bad, and he'll work on them. And if he doesn't improve his three-point scoring, maybe he'll just learn to not take them. So hopefully that will come from what I just did. But after that, I just went back to the menu and I'm simulating this rest day. And then something came up and I was hoping it wasn't really that bad. But then it was just our head scout showing us what he did, what players he scouted. Because in the first scouting session, I chose the players, and then for the second one, he chose them. So I'm just looking at what he did, and I mean, I guess that's fine what he chose. I don't really see what's so great about it. But then after that, I'm choosing what I want for the next cycle just because why not? So I chose point guard just because I'm not really sure what I'm looking for right now. So choosing a point guard won't really be that bad, because if we do end up getting a point guard, I guess I'll come back to this day and remember how good of a decision I made. But after that, we have some really good news. Our trainer came to us and told us that Jabari Parker is no longer injured. So I adjusted our rotations and now I'm showing you what it looks like. Our starters are still the same, but then Jabari Parker went to our 8th man, and he has 21 minutes just because I didn't really want to rush him back in, but within a few games he'll go back to 25 minutes or whatever he used to have, but for now he just has 21 because he hasn't played in a week or so, or maybe longer, so if he goes back to 25 minutes immediately, he could get hurt again or something like that, so I just wanted to be safe. But after that, our assistant GM came to us and told us that there's a menu if I wanted to change any prices, but I really already knew about that, so I just clicked on it anyway to make him feel good. So I skipped over the first thing, and then I looked at team hats, and I lowered that just a little bit because I thought they were a little bit expensive. And then here at concessions, I was going to change the price of hot dogs because $4.75 for a hot dog is kind of ridiculous. But if I just lowered all the prices, we wouldn't really be making what money we were supposed to be making, so I decided not to really change that. But then I went back over to tickets, and I lowered that down to $45 instead of $48, and I confirmed that. And then after that, I went to parking, and I lowered that by $1 just because I wanted to. I don't really know. So after that, I backed out, and he felt good, so I guess all is good there. So after that, I sent this game against the Cavaliers, and we're projected to lose, and the Cavaliers are pretty good. Although they do have an injury, that doesn't really matter. They're still one of the best teams in the East, so we are playing them. And here in the first quarter, they went off to a really big run, and they kind of wrecked us. It was 11-27, and then in the second quarter, we kind of stuck with them. I mean, they didn't grow their lead, but we didn't really come back all that much. And then kind of the same with the third quarter, and then they were already up by a lot, and then they continued their run here in the fourth quarter. So we ended up losing by 21 points, but the good part is I reached level 7, and we've been having GM problems with the Thunder, so without a doubt, I chose that first badge that allows us to see their trust. So that's really good for us right there. And then here at team status, two people are complaining, OJ Mayo and Jared Dudley. They both think that they should be getting more minutes, and unfortunately, neither of them are going to be getting more minutes because I think Chris Middleton is a good starter for us right now. OJ Mayo, he's been really good for us without a doubt, but I think he's pretty solid as a 6-man, so I told him that he's not going to be getting the starting job anytime soon. And, you know, I'm kind of happy how it turned out because he said that he'll just show me what he can do, so he'll be playing better. The same thing with Jared Dudley. He actually said the exact same thing. And Jabari Parker and the Greek Freak are both ahead of him, so unless they both get hurt again, I don't think he's going to be a starter anytime soon. But after that, I looked at the box score of our last game. Kyrie Irving and LeBron did pretty good for them. And then Chris Middleton was leading scorer for us. And then if you look at Michael Carter-Williams, he was 0 for 4 from the three-point line and 3 for 12 like I was saying earlier. He shoots really bad most of the time. And then we were 7 for 27, and then we had 19 turnovers. And 19 turnovers is a lot in my opinion. I don't know if that's normal, but I think that's sloppy basketball if you ask me. But anyway, after that, we went over to this game against the Mavericks, and I'm simulating this like right away. I just want to see what's going to happen. Hopefully we can get the win. So they started off pretty well. They won this first quarter 24-17, and then here in the second quarter we kind of came back a little bit. I mean, it's still a close game, and here in the third quarter we continued our lead, and we have the lead right now. So going into the fourth quarter, we just really continued it. I mean, it was still a little bit close, but by the end of the game, we ended up winning by 10 points, 104 to 94. So that's not that bad. But then we have another team status thing, and I scrolled all the way down to the bottom. I was like wondering what it was, and then it was Johnny O'Brien. He thinks our practices are too easy. So I clicked on his name and I started the conversation with him, and I promised to increase the intensity just because in the past couple of episodes a lot of people have been telling me different things about our practices. Some people say they're too hard, some people say they're too easy, so I'm just gonna improve it or increase the difficulty because more people say that they're too easy than people who say that they're too hard. So I'm just gonna go with the people that think they're too easy, and the people that think they're too hard just gonna have to deal with it. But after that, I looked at the box score from our last game, and Jabari Parker led it up. He was 8 for 10 on 4 for 4 from the 3-point line. He had 24 points. And then Michael Carter-Williams did bad as usual. I'm not even surprised anymore. So, I mean, Dirk Nowitzki was the leading scorer for them, but we did get the win, so I'm not going to really complain all that much. But after that, I'm simulating this rest day, and then we have another team status item. So I went over to that, and then I scrolled down again, and it was Damian Inglis. He's telling us now that the practices are too easy, just like the guy before. So that's really just kind of the finishing touch. I'm definitely going to improve it because so many people are telling me that they're too easy, and I've been holding it off a bit. Last time I did lower it because someone said that it was too hard, but now I'm just going to move it back up. For all three of these things, I'm just moving it to natural just so that I'm pretty sure it was originally on natural. So I'm just kind of putting it back to what it was because I don't think anyone was really complaining until I touched it. So I'm putting things back to what I thought they would be, and I changed the difficulty to medium. And then after that day, I went over to Wednesday the 10th, and I'm changing this stuff. For physical, I put lateral quickness. I'm not doing natural for this stuff because I just want to do something else to see if it matters. And then for tactical, I put defensive consistency. And then for fundamental, I put perimeter defense, and so that's what it's looking like for there. Then I scrolled over it, and I'm changing the intensity to medium once again, just like the last day. And then I'm changing up this focus distribution again. So I'm just kind of putting it, it's not really as even. Physical is kind of down there, and then the other two are at 35. So that's what that part is. So in the next episode, I'm going to be playing one or two or maybe all three of these next upcoming games against the Heat, the Mavericks, and the Thunder. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you in the next one.